Hello, members of the rural church community for the Diocese of Edmonton. My name is Rachael Parker. My pronouns are she and her, and I am the new Archdeacon for Rural Ministries for the Diocese. I am also the rector or the priest for Dayspring Ministries, which is a new collaboration of churches in St. Mary's Edgerton, St. Saviour's in Vermilion, and St. Thomas in Wainwright. And it is my pleasure to introduce myself to you. I am on holidays this week and next week, but there are a couple things coming up, and I wanted to make sure I introduced myself and we got some information out to our rural parishes and just introduced my ministry. I met with the bishop last week and discovered that my ministry is pretty much up to me to create. I can be creative. I haven't been given free for all here. I can't do whatever I want, but we're going to work on really building the opportunities for rural ministries to connect, to find ways that we can show that we are a thriving and integral part of this diocese. Because yes, to be quite honest, sometimes it does feel like if you're not in the city of Edmonton, we kind of get forgotten. That isn't the fact at the diocesan office, but sometimes, at least for me, that's how it feels. So my hope is that in my role, I will be able to make sure that we stay connected and that we discover ways that we can enhance and celebrate and encourage one another in our rural ministries. In the new year, still trying to get used to the whole, I've just taken on the third church of Vermilion, so I'm just getting used to Dayspring Ministries being 3 instead of 2 churches for me, and this whole new idea of the Archdeacon for Rural Ministries. So still learning. However, in the new year, my plan is to be able to connect with you, whether it's by Zoom or phone calls, or better yet, when the weather provides. I know the weather's not great. I am willing to go out in the winter, but I'm not going to be ridiculous. But I would love to come and visit you in your congregations and get to know you and hear about who makes you who you are, what makes you so incredible that you are in your communities, and what are your strengths, and even talk about what are the things you're worried about, what are the things you're concerned about in your community, not just your church, but the whole group of people in your secular area that you serve, or that you hope to be able to serve. So in the new year, I really do hope to get together to meet you. Maybe we could have a couple of groupings of local churches together, where I could come up and see you, or heck, I can come to you and we can have lunch together or coffee and just chat and pray and come to celebrate who we are as the rural members of this diocese. In the meantime, though, I do want to highlight a couple of things, because I know that not all of the churches in the rural areas are really far from Edmonton. My closest church is about 2.5 hours away, so it's not a difficulty, but it's not exactly an easy trip for me to get into the city. But for some of you, I know it's not that far. So there's a couple of things happening in the near future that I'd like you to be aware of. They're all available for more information on the Synod Scene. And I do commend Synod Scene to you, because it's not just for the Edmonton city parishes. But coming up on Saturday, November the 12th, this coming Saturday, there is going to be a diocesan prayer day at St. Thomas Church in Sherwood Park. And it's called God's Grace Abounds in Deepest Waters. And it looks like it's going to be a really great day. The church will be open from 9 until 5 for people to get together for self-guided prayer stations. But at 11:30, Eric Craigle is going to also lead family prayers. So if you are interested in that, you can certainly give them a call at St. Thomas, or just show up that day. We've missed the point of no return for RSVPing for lunch, but you could probably bring your own lunch and sit together, folks, and enjoy the day. But it sounds like it's going to be a really great day, an introduction to prayer, and maybe it would be a good outing for people on this weekend to sort of take a trip into the city, take some time to do what you need to do, and also pop by St. Thomas Church in Sherwood Park to take some time for that self-guided prayer. There is also, hopefully you've heard about this, the Parish Safe Church Coordinators Training, and that will be happening via Zoom. And Reverend Armand from Christ Church in Edmonton is coordinating that. And each church is asked to please have their parish coordinator's name and information in to Armand by November the 15th. So it's coming up really quite quickly. The Zoom times, the registration time, or the the training times that you can register for are Tuesday, the 22nd of November at 1 p.m., Monday, the 28th of November at 7 p.m., or Tuesday, the 29th of November at 7 p.m. And registration is required, and you can just email Armand at christchurchedm.ca. So ARMAND at CHRISTCHURHEDM.ca. So I know that for many, many people, the idea of the safe church and the coordinator and everything is really overwhelming. But I want to remind you that as rural parishes, a lot of us don't have some of the bigger program things that some of the city churches do, where some of these parish coordinator ideas might be really overwhelming. For most of us, it's probably going to be pretty straightforward and streamlined. It won't be that difficult. It's just the idea of it is. But this taking on this safe church stuff is really important. And the chances are that if you're involved with any other group, whether it's hockey or brownies or Girl Guides or Boy Scouts or any other institutions or volunteer agencies in your life, they've all had to go through something like this already. And we just deal with it. We don't even think twice about it. So I really do encourage you, when you hear the diocesan safe church policy being talked about, don't panic. Take a deep breath. Remember, it's all about good stewardship of our resources and taking excellent care of our people, especially our most vulnerable people. So it's not something we can't do. It's something that we do have to do, but it's something that I think can be done in a way that will help us all to relax and be able to know that we've done our best to make the church as safe as possible for all of the people who come through our doors, for everyone who participates. So if you're having some concerns about that, please feel free to contact me. I will put my email address in the body of the YouTube video in the description, but also in the Facebook page, the post that I write. So if anybody has any questions, please don't hesitate to give me or to send me an email, and we can maybe have a phone call and hopefully I can point you in the right direction as where to go next. The other thing I wanted to remind you about is also on Synod Scene, but really important, and I always found that these are great for the rural churches, is the church calendar for 2023. They're now available, and they're so inexpensive. It's not like when you go to WEM and you go into the calendar store and you got to pay $20 for a really cool calendar. We have some beautiful, beautiful 2023 church calendars that show just glorious churches, many of them rural, and they are available. You can order them from anglican.gilmore.ca. So ANGLICAN.GILMORE.ca. They're $7.50 for one calendar. If you buy 2 to 19, they're $6 each. If you buy 20 or more, they're $4 each. That's a great price. And free shipping on 50 calendars or more. So if you're interested, contact anglican.gilmore.ca. I just wanted to touch base and say hello and welcome and introduce myself as the new Archdeacon and let you know that I really am looking forward to getting to know you and finding out what do you need and what would you like to see happening for rural ministries and in the rural parishes. And if it's simply just you need some prayers and somebody to bounce some ideas off of, I'm here for you. That is my role, and I'm very excited to do that. And as I said, starting in the new year, I'll be contacting your rectors or your wardens just to touch base and see if I can't come out and just sit down and maybe break bread with you, pray with you, hear your stories of who you are, where you've come from, where you're hoping to go. I pray for you every day. So if there's anything specifically you would like me to pray for your congregations or anything, please feel free to email me. And once we've emailed, I can give you my cell phone number and we can connect that way as well. But please know that you are in my prayers, and I am very excited about what this might mean for us as a diocese, and in particular for us as rural churches. God bless you. Have a great day. And I hope that you're able to take some time in Remembrance Day to remember those who have served across our country and around the world. God bless. Stay safe. And I will see you again soon.